Thanks for coming along today. I don't know what the weather's like where you are, guys, but I'm here in New South Wales in Sydney, and it's absolutely terrible. So, but yes, I'll just get us started. So today's lesson is all about how to create an awesome AI-powered website, copywriting. And this is Morris, who will be hosting the lessons today. And I'm very much looking forward to this one myself, because this is something that I don't know enough about and Morris knows loads about. So this is going to be very good. Just to quickly run through the agenda here, 6 p.m. start or 6:05 p.m. start. We'll do some very quick, brief welcomes and introductions. It's just me and Morris here from the team today. And then we'll have a quick look at what is new in Elementor Updates. Then we'll jump into today's topic, finishing off with some Q&As as always, and we're looking for around a 7 p.m. finish. Yes, so we'll just do the quick introduction of the organisers. And unfortunately, Will and Julia aren't with us yet. Julia might be coming along a little bit later. So it's just me and Morris at the moment, and I will just start with myself. I am John Wolfgang Miller, and I am a self-employed graphic designer, and I do a lot of web design, and I always use Elementor. I just made a brand new website last week, not live yet, so I can't tell you what it is, but for a big company, and they wanted it done quite fast and quite simply. So I'm like, it's Elementor all the way. They didn't want to use it, and I talked them into it. So yeah, so that's me. Morris, over to you.
Yeah, Morris. I'm an accountant, but I've been doing web design probably most of my life, and got into Elementor a couple of years ago and love it. And I'll talk a bit more about myself as part of the show. So let's talk about the code of conduct, I guess. Back to you.
Yeah. Okay. So code of conduct. Now, we used to previously read out this entire thing, but as you can see right here, we use my favorite acronym now, which is TLDR. Too long, didn't read. It is a very long list of what we can do and can't do in this. I've just shared it in the chat if you want to have a full look. But the main thing to remember here is just be respectful of Morris doing the lesson, and respectful of everyone else in the group chat here today. So we have done a very quick introduction of ourselves there, but we always love to hear a little bit about you guys as well. So if a couple of you want to just do a very quick introduction, let us know a little bit about who you are and why you're here and whether you use Elementor. And to do this, if you want to just have a quick chat, just, well, you can physically raise your hand if I can see your video, or if you go down to reactions at the very bottom of your Zoom window there and choose raise hand, you can introduce yourself. And we'd love to hear a little bit about you. And also we want to know what beverage you're drinking. I love drinking herbal tea. I always have the same one, chamomile tea. And this is my Super Mario cup, because I love Super Mario as well. And we have one here from Katz. Katz, if you can unmute yourself and introduce yourself.
Hey there, I'm in SA. How are you today?
Yeah, very good, thanks.
That's good. Yes, I've been using Elementor for probably 2 years now. Done quite a few websites with it. Still learning lots though. And I'm drinking water.
It's a good choice, yeah. So you're a big fan of Elementor then?
I am actually, yes.
Have you used other page builders before?
I have.
Yes.
I have quite a few different ones before this, but yeah, I just decided to change over for reasons that they had more things to offer, and yeah, found it great.
Awesome, good to hear. Yeah, that's my feelings towards it as well.
Awesome.
What it does offer. Yeah, thanks for that, Katz.
No worries.
Anyone else there like to do a quick, brief introduction of themselves? Mark, let's hear from you.
Yeah, I'm visiting you from late night in Northern California. Wow. I've been a web developer, freelance web developer since 1995, and I've been using, well, WordPress most of the time it's been around, but Elementor for the last 2 or 3 years, and kind of still learning stuff with it.
Still loving it though, same as me and Katz.
Oh yeah, it's a great system, and it keeps on getting better.
It does, yes.
Oh, and I'm drinking coffee with oat milk here.
And it's very late night, very early.
Yeah.
It's got to be very, very late.
It's 1 a.m. here. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Yeah.
I'm impressed that you're still up. Yeah. It's impressive. And anyone else like to introduce themselves before we move on to lesson? One more of you, maybe? Anyone out there? Matt, Elliot, Lorna? No? Okay. That's right. Yeah. Change that page, Morris. All right. So yeah, I'll just quickly wrap up, just giving you some brief updates from Elementor, as we always do. So as you can see, the first one, minor hot fixes, no major updates. So nothing big that's happened in any of the plugin updates this month, just fixing any problems that they found, which we all keep spotting. But there will be, I mean, they don't need any more major updates because it's already amazing. But the one thing just to talk about here is that, I'll just grab the link for this one as well. The Elementor forum has closed down. So they basically, I don't know if you guys know about this, but we had the sort of group forum where we could chat things there, and we had the Facebook groups, and they've closed down the forum one now, and they're just reverting to the Facebook groups. I'll just share a little link about that in the chat in there. So yeah, so if you ever need to chat to other Elementor users, use the Facebook groups. That's what I always use anyway. I never really use the forum one. The Facebook one's really good, and I always get loads of response on there from people. So check it out. And yeah, that's everything. So over to Morris.
Hi, everybody, again. All right, so our topic for today is how to create an awesome AI-powered website. As Will said, the robots are coming, so let's get ready for them. To talk about me and my copywriting skills, I guess the reason why I'm interested in this topic is because I'm not a copywriter, and because I know nothing about copywriting, and I'm not an English teacher or anything like that. So I need to find tools in order to help me copyright better, help write better websites, and that's why I have an interest in these and other AI tools. So yeah, as an accountant looking at graphs and pictures and telling stories about that. So just a little bit before we get into the AI stuff, just some do's and don'ts with the copywriting. It's a conversation with your clients and not a conversation with Google as it used to be. It's no keyword stuffing. It's talk to your clients, know who your clients are, keep it simple for them. Google likes to see people who are passionate and have expertise on their topic. So as the picture says, they write without fear, but then edit without mercy. Just edit, edit, edit all the time using images. The plagiarizing thing, the copyright is important. Yes, we're going to talk about copywriting with a W, but copywriting, we'll talk about that as well as part of the show. Plagiarism, a lot of people tell me, yeah, but it's a website from another part of the world, but yeah, so what? Google knows who put up what first. They'll penalize you, or they may penalize you, so it's not good for SEO to plagiarize, no matter what the ethical issues are. So yeah, but just talk to your clients, know who your clients are, who's your niche market, and talk to them. And just so going to talk through some tools to help you with that. And before we get to the tools, just a quick 2 minutes on getting some ideas of what to write about, because I guess that's a big issue. It's important to write about what's current in the industry that your website deals with. So I'm not sure how many of you know this tool called feedly.com, and I've got a 2-minute presentation on that. But basically, you can get this for free for 100 feeds, and you'll see what a feed is in a minute, and otherwise $6 a month. But it's basically showing you some current, it's another sort of news feed, and I'll just let this run and see if I can get into full screen. So yeah, they have a number of topics. As you saw there, cybersecurity has been selected. Maybe that's what your business is about, cybersecurity. click on one of these links that might be of interest to you, follow them. Gives you an option to create a folder, which we'll see in a second. Maybe it's your security folder. And yeah, you can see all your folders over there. And as I say, there's some options down the bottom, but you see there's now here some feeds and some more feeds on security. Follow this one, for example. And there gives you your feed, so you can see, read what's current news, and that would help you decide what you should be blogging about. Another way, you can just search for something, starting a business, whatever's of interest, and again follow something in there. Add it to that folder. And then there's all your personal feeds. So you can have a look what's current and what's useful to follow. What's useful to blog about. If you blog about something that's current, it'll be more interesting to your users. It'll keep them on the website longer. And that's the whole aim. Let's get out of the full screen and so how can AI help you? Help you improve your language. It's a partnership between the computer and yourself. AI, machine learning, robots are not going to take over the world yet. They're not going to take away our jobs. They can't do their job without us, and to some degree we can't do our jobs without them. But it helps you, it gets you a starting position. It's not the final position, but everybody sort of uses them. So now I'll do some demos of some free and paid or freemium tools that are out there. So one of them is called Peppertype, and there's lots of them around. One is called Peppertype, and as you can see, it gives you all sorts of things that it can give you ideas on. So website copy or headlines, tweeting ideas, Facebook ads, and I'll show you how it works in a second. So yeah, so that's Peppertype. So safe. This is the Peppertype page. Say you wanted AIDI, and those who don't know what that is, that's a new sort of model for writing, getting attention of the readers. Once you've got their attention, they're on the website, get their interest, give them something to keep them on the page, and then make it demanding, desirable, so that they actually want to interact with you, and then take action. Click this button to book our services or whatever it is. So yeah, on the ADA, I just put in basically a wedding photographer. Tell us, I want 10 tips for choosing a wedding photographer. They must be professional, have a good presentation, quality work. So I wrote 123 characters, clicked on create content, and this is what it came up with. So just based on that one short sentence, it came up with all this. And yes, I'll show that live as well. You can copy it and save it. I also ran through a plagiarism detector, and as I said, it's important that you don't plagiarize or copyright. This text was 100% unique. Another tool, Hyperwrite. So that was Peppertype. Another one, Hyperwrite AI. This one gives you 4 or 5 options: marketing, school, work, or entertainment. Again, I put in a brief description, and I probably used the wedding photographer idea. And here, this is given a totally different view. So again, typing 1 or 2 sentences, and then it wrote a whole paragraph there for me. And again, I've got 100% unique unique. This is Writer. I'll show you Writer. I'll do that live. Again, I did 100% unique content. I wrote 10 tips to choose a wedding photographer and a couple of keywords. And this one, I'll show you this one live, but it's got a tone. So this one, a funny tone, and this is what is created out of that one sentence, and a formal tone, again, out of that one sentence. So very quickly, you can just type a few words and it'll come up with something for you. There are 263 words it's come up with. Another tool, demo, is called Inkforall. They have a Chrome add-in. This is not the Chrome add-in I'm going to show you. This is an application that you install on your computer. I'll just run this quickly. So again, I'm just typing some basics, tips on choosing a wedding photographer. This works a little bit differently and a little bit the same. I've just copied some text in there. But what this does is it does a bit of AI or SEO on what you've written. I'll leave it there a second. Let me see if I can make it bigger. Doesn't look like it. But basically, it's going through your content to see how good it is for SEO, how good it is for quality of language, spelling, all of that sort of stuff. There, I've tried to make a spelling mistake. Don't think it picked it up. But there, yeah, so it gives you some tasks. And basically, if you clean up a lot of this, it sort of says you're going to move up the SEO rankings, the search engine rankings. Doing some more analysis, and I'll show you that in a second. So yeah, it's come up with some ideas of what you're probably talking about. There, it's also giving you some text. So there is text there as well that it's come up with based on what you've written. And you select any sort of topic. I just copied and pasted that in there. Oops. Sorry. I think my computer's just... Sorry, let me try and reshare. Not sure what's happened. Let me just go into that again.
If you have any problems with that, Morris, then I could share my screen and you could just sort of...
let's see, I might...
talk me through each.
Let's go across. Hopefully I've got it. I think I've got it back. Have I got it back? Now let me just share. Okay, I think I'm back.
Yeah, that's working.
Okay. Let's just get back to where I was. Let me see if I can fast forward this one a bit, because it actually was getting to the good part. Full screen's not available. Let's see if I can push it forward. All right, so yeah, what it's doing here is just going through the words. So it's telling you about difficult to read sentences, very hard sentences. There's a spelling issue there. So it's highlighting the we as a spelling issue and the AU at the bottom. So then composition, it's telling you your word count. Maybe you should have more words. telling you which are difficult sentences, which are easier sentences. So it's doing a bit of SEO on your words. Over here in documents, it's giving you some ideas about what words to use in your meta description, for example. There, it's too short. What's good, what's bad. So basically, going through this, you're cleaning up your text in a different way. So it's not, yes, it was able to write some text for you, but it's also cleaning up your text or showing you how to clean up your text. As you see, I haven't done too much cleaning up, but we went from 7% ink score to we're now 21. It's gone back to 8%, back to 21. But basically, that's what it's doing. It's going through your text and giving you ideas what to fix to make your text better. Okay, so let me, hopefully all my pre-opened documents are still. So this is Writer. If you purchase Writer, there's often, and probably on a lot of these, there's often specials on AppSumo and things like that, lifetime deals. But you can get a free account. I got this free account for the session, but basically you get 5,000 words per month for free. Otherwise, otherwise you can purchase. It's characters. So 50,000 characters per month, $9, or unlimited was $29 per month. But how does it actually work, which is more important? So yes, and if you want me to put in something that you've got, but for example, I just put that same topic. It's important to choose the right caterer. I've got here we are a specialist caterer and also do other functions. And I said I'm a wedding caterer. So there you've got all sorts of options on how do you want to do it. Is it candid, awesome, assertive, convincing, all these sort of options on the style of writing. You've got various languages, but you've also got all sorts of ideas. There's a business idea pitch, a call to action. I've done email with it before, and it's written really good emails. A Facebook ad, a Twitter ad, interview questions, all these sort of options. If I just go to a blog section, and yes, it lost what I'd written there. You can write I'm just writing some basic words here, caterer. And I'm just going to run with that. I've left it at candidate and I say write for me. And off it goes. Okay, so it's written, and then you can click on it and say write more, continue writing. Yeah, so you just keep going at it. And according to what you're selecting, if I were to choose a brand name with some of that in, maybe copy that. And let's get you got creativity level. You got those sort of options. It can write 2 or 3 versions, or up to 3 versions for you. I'll just leave it at 1. And let's see what brand name. So there it came up with some brand names for a caterer. So yeah, that could be useful as well. So this is, and I see I've made a spelling mistake, but I think it's overcome that. So yeah, that's what Writer is all about. And again, you can just say write more. Continue writing up there, or you can just go and say, give me, I want it to be humorous, for example, and Let's write some more. Let's see what it does. Yeah, some humorous brand names. So that's Writer. The other one, we are in an Elementor session. So let's go inside Elementor and write inside Elementor. So this is just a basic website. Just put a text field there. Again, just to copy some text to get it going. So if I come into here and I could just give it a started text and I say, Bertha, go for it. In fact, I'll dump it into here, Control V, and generate ideas. And the more you write on these things, the better for it. But off Bertha goes, and he's writing quite a bit of text based on just that very short 5 words that I gave it. And again, then you can go and say, copy that to the clipboard and paste it into here, obviously. And then you tell Bertha, keep writing. So yeah, so that's Bertha, B-E-R-T-H-A-I. I think we had a link on the website, bertha.ai. So those are the two demos. I don't know if anybody wants to give me some text and I can put it in, or you can try this product out for free. As you saw, you got about 5,000 characters per month for free. On 5,000 characters per month on this tool. Bertha, there's also a limit. And I guess maybe if you put in your comments, yeah, are these interesting? Which would you use? Would you look at something like this? Or there are many tools out there that do similar things. What's the interest, I guess? Anybody have any comments? You don't have to type something. You can unmute yourselves as well.
I was just going to say the Writer looks interesting because you can choose all those different styles, which gives you different moods for writing, which is really interesting.
Yeah, and I think to me, Writer wrote the most for me. If I just go back, you see the pepper type, for example, has got, well, not moods, but it's got these sort of categories. But yes, Writer had those moods. This one's got only 4. Writer had those moods, the tones and the various use cases and creative. So it's got a lot more options, correct? Okay. And yeah, to say, running through plagiarism, sometimes you get 90% plagiarized, and then you can just fix it a little bit. Or use this as a starting position, I would say. For your writing, gives you some ideas to work on, and then once you've written something, just go through something like Inkforall and say, tell me how good it is and how I can improve it. Anybody else?
Which one do you think works the best for you when you're, crafting content? Is there one that you kind of gravitate towards?
I like Writer. And I got that one on a AppSumo deal. But I like Writer. I like the Inkforall as well, because it works slightly differently. Yes, it can write for you, but it also helps you with the text that you've written, or that writer or anything else is written for you. The sentence is too long, sentence is too short, the whole thing is too short, etc. So I found Writer and Inkforall quite useful. And Inkforall, as I said, they've got a Chrome extension, which I haven't got up to show you, but There is a Chrome extension that you can use and try that out. That's free to some degree. All of these will start charging you after a certain point. But if you're writing, I think Writer said 5,000 characters per month. If you're just doing something basic, yeah, that might be enough. Otherwise, yeah, I think it was $9 a month for 50,000 characters if you're doing a lot of writing.
Morris, can I ask you a quick question on what you just talked about then about Inkforall? I like the way that it kind of works sort of from SEO purpose, that it says this word's too long or this sentence is too long, etc., which I've seen before using something like Yoast. And I don't know if you've ever used Yoast before. What happens though, and I don't know if you've ever experienced this, if Inkwell tells you to do it this way, and then when you put it in, Yoast tells you it's going wrong. So what I'm saying is, if you're using kind of two of these programs or two of these plugins, and do they ever say sort of opposite things, or?
I don't know if they say opposite things, but because I think they're basically doing this similar job, although Inkforall is more specialist. I think Yoast is giving a general idea. But on the other hand, we should never aim for 100% on any tool, or it's difficult to get 100%. And then maybe if you get 100%, you're starting to talk to Google rather than talking to your audience. That's my feeling. Talk to your audience if it makes sense to you and it's generally okay. And generally you got 90%, whatever the percentage is in either tool, you're probably okay.
Yeah, I like that it's just basically, you don't want to just be reliant just on this, because then you will sound like a robot and a machine. So I guess what you're saying is just find a good balance between your own tone, your own sort of personality, and what they're telling you to do. Don't go with them completely. Find a good balance of that. Okay.
I think so, yeah. But yeah, have a conversation through the computer to your niche client, the client that you want more business from. Just imagine they're in front of you and you're talking to them. Yeah. Any other comments?
I think there's a few in the group chat there, Boris.
See if I can find it.
I can just tell you what it is, if that's easier.
Yeah, I think I found it. Okay.
Okay.
Let me just run through them. And there's somebody found there's a writer deal on AppSumo, and so somebody's mentioning interesting knowledge. How do I get topic ideas for certain emotions like sad or happy? Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer that, but topic ideas, yeah, use that Feedly product. Again, you can probably use most of that for free. Maybe you get some ideas, and then yeah, maybe use one of the emotions on Writer or one of those to write something in that vein. I'm not sure. Yeah, it depends on what you're writing for, I guess. I think that's the main question in there.
Boris, I've got a question. I might have missed this, I'm not sure, but you're putting in suggestions for headings and some ideas for the body text, and it was generating mostly the body text. Yeah. So is there a tool there where you just put in a few keywords and it generates a really great heading?
Yeah, so if I come back to Writer, for example, blog, I think there's a heading option in here somewhere. Post and caption ideas. There's a headline somewhere. Tagline and headline, maybe. You can write something. Let's do one variant so I don't use up too many letters, and informative. yeah, well, what description should I put in? You want to think of a description, a few words for me?
Oh, it could be anything. How about pet grooming?
It wants some more, so it's asking for about 250 characters.
Oh, okay. Not that I'm a pet groomer, it just popped into my head.
Yeah, yeah, and me neither. I'm just typing some words here. Look on tip-top shape. Again, the words are not great, but let's see what it comes. I've got, yeah, a tagline or a headline. Let's see what it comes up with. Yeah, interesting. Appreciative, optimal. So that's tagline and headline. Meta title based, yeah, meta title wants 50 characters. So let's just do pet grooming. So yeah, just giving you a little bit of an idea, I guess. Even write us some lyrics.
I'm also curious, if you choose a particular software and you work with it on a regular basis, and because you've got this ability to edit and it responds to your editing to generate a full article, does it work in reverse where it starts to understand your unique tone or language and start to edit, sort of anticipate style? So
maybe I haven't done enough to see that happening yet. Yeah, there's an option here, create your own use case. And you're sort of giving it instructions, okay, that this is premium, but you're sort of giving it instructions on your style. So maybe it's through here, for example. This account that I've got here is what I just for the session tonight. So this is a totally free account. But yeah, maybe through this it might allow that. But I haven't noticed it. I've used it quite a bit, and I haven't noticed it. We've still got a few characters left. I haven't really noticed it doing that. Yeah, and it doesn't advertise that either, although it just talks about the custom use cases.
something that might happen in the future.
Yeah, maybe when the robots do take over. But yeah, that would sort of make sense. To write an ADA, for example, paste that. Yeah, so that's giving an idea for a blog post, which is probably quite a good start. And again, you could say, okay, write some more on that. Continue writing. And just keep going and get, and I think Bertha, for example, if I go to Bertha's home website, They advertise that their whole website was written with birthright. And emails either yeah, probably similar to what we've been talking about. I did some emails with Writer. If I did that and I said write one variant, assertive email. Yeah, it's a good start to an email, I would guess. Any more? Any more comments or questions in the chat? If I can find it. Yeah,
I'll just jump in, Morris. First of all, I've just seen a few more people have turned up. I think maybe because of the hour time change in New South Wales, that may have got people coming a little bit late, but good to have you all here, even though we'll be wrapping up soon. But Morris, just one thing I'd like to focus on that's come up in the group chat here. Katz has asked, what's everyone's favorite keyword generator? And Morris, I don't know if you used one of those, but it'd be interested to know what your favorite one is. And Katz, I'd like to know from you and anyone else here, really, because that's something that I always need help with, is keywords.
Yeah, maybe another session, but let's hear from the others. I start off talking to my audience and don't generate too many keywords. Yes, there's Uber Suggest and things like that. As a free or freemium, whatever you want to call it. I've used that on a few occasions. But also just to look at other websites, look at the competition, and especially looking at those that are ranking right at the top of Google. What are they saying in their blogs? Why did that blog rank? Yeah, to give an idea, yeah, what have they done that's so good? It's one that's not quite a keyword generator, but it's getting some ideas in the real world.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to look at it. Same as what you were saying before, don't just be reliant on a program. Get your own sort of common sense and knowledge in there as well. I think that's a good way.
I think so.
The whole thing. Katz, you asked what about favorite keyword generators. Do you want to let us know what yours is? You'll have to unmute.
I'm getting there. Yeah, no, I usually just do the Google searching and just go from there. But I know that this is an area that I'm not very good at. So I was wondering if anybody else had any good stuff they could share with me.
So this is one I've used, Neil Patel's keyword generator. If I put a URL, I don't know. I think he's running. I think he's trying to get some business. No, he's asking, trying to get some business. But it would suggest, let's try it again, see if I did something wrong. As it says, a free keyword tool. There were a few add-ins I used to use, but they no longer working that well. Let's see, keyword suggestions. Yeah, that's why I was trying to type in, or let's call it, find a dog groomer of some sort. Yeah, so this is one, as I say, this is a free one that and you can, I guess you can put in a competitor's website and see what the keywords are that it is being found for. Here's a few keyword ideas. Here's a bit of content ideas, similar to Feedly, I guess. Anybody else got keyword generators?
The one that I've used before is keysearch.co.
Yep.
I don't know if you want to show that one, or it works the same as this. So.
Yeah, I think Keysearch had a add-in, or they might still, I mean, a Google add-in. SEMrush, yeah. Am I right? Is that the one that used to have an add-in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's going to let me get started immediately. Not quite yet, but
need to sign up, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some of them, and I think it was Keysearch that if you had a Google add-in, then as you're going through Google, it just keeps showing you all the keywords on the pages that you're at as you search.
That's keywords everywhere. That's keywords everywhere. It's a Chrome plugin that you get. On the right side, it shows all the keywords.
Yeah, that's right.
Keywords everywhere is the tool.
Yeah, yes, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah. This Chrome account is quite clean, so there's no add-ins here. But I guess for those who came in late, there should be a recording on the Facebook page as well for you to watch afterwards. John, over to you, I guess, if there's no more questions. So let me see if there's anything else in the chat.
I think we've kind of covered everything in the chat there. Can you share the Facebook URL? Do you have that one, Morris? For
I can just go and look for it. It's just Elementor Sydney. And I'll see if I can find the URL quickly.
Yeah. I'll have a quick look for that one as well. Yeah, sorry for those of you that turned up late. Possibly the time change that we had on the weekend made it seem like it was going to happen an hour later, but it didn't. I'll see if I can find that link as well.
Yeah, why are you talking about
Elementor Sydney? Yeah, this is our one. Yeah, I'll just chuck that one in there for you now. So it's a Facebook group, and you can join that one. And we always put our video up from each week on that one. So if you've missed any previous ones, you can watch back through our old ones as well.
And I guess that there's probably a link on our introductory page here. There.
Yeah, there it is. Well found, yes. So all right, I'll wrap us up then. Well, thank you very much for that, Maurice. That was excellent. And I've learned a lot from that. I've got all my notes here. I know what to play around with. I hope you guys have all learnt a lot from this one as well. That's very useful and a very good Q&A sesh. Thanks for answering all our questions there, Maurice. And so the next one that we have running is on May the 5th at 6 p.m. and there'll be no time changes then that week, so it might be easier. And that will be hosted by myself. And build a site in 30 minutes. And you're thinking, wait, you can't build a website in 30 minutes, but I'm going to show you how you can. And that is using the new Elementor site kits, which you may have used yourself, and that they just keep updating. And they're absolutely awesome. And if you are just looking at building a very kind of fast, quick, simple website, I'll show you how that can easily be done in 30 minutes or even less. So yes, see you all here next month, May the 5th at 6 p.m. And thanks to all of you for coming today. And thanks for the talk, Maurice. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Cheers, guys.